Well, Preecy, you join us ahead of training on this fine Thursday evening at Bamber Bridge. Going back into the previous game against Scarborough, any further reflection on that?
Yeah, I think it was a fair result. Probably we played a little bit better than I thought at the start of the game before they scored. I think their spell came after the goal, around that period. Still a little bit about the penalty, but I can see why it was given. But I've got to put these on. I've got to put these on because it was definitely a goal, their goal. I don't know, looking back, how we paused it. We must have paused in the wrong place, but you know, it should have been given. So we definitely got away with one on Tuesday, but I do think, you know, that we could have had a penalty with Cal's, because there's a definite shoot pull on Cal. So overall, 2 each, 7 points out of 9. I think we've got to be happy with that.
Every credit there, obviously, in terms of honesty. Moving on to the weekend's clash against Hereford, a really tough place to go.
Yeah, look, I said after the game, you know, Paul's done and doing a great job there, and I can see some of the similarities there, especially this pre-season where he's lost a fair few of his key players. And he's trying to replace them, and it's just not easy. You know, it's a difficult job, and this league just gets stronger and stronger, and you're really almost competing in a different league to some of the clubs. You see some of the signings now. You know, the teams are signing players who are League 1 and League 2 players, and they're not just dropping into the National League, they're dropping into our league. So it makes it really, really tough for teams like us, and I think he's shown on Tuesday night that, you know, he'll get the team together, and they got a fantastic result. Buxton, we know how difficult a place that is. You know, we've not had much joy there. So yeah, you know, they'll be buoyed by that. It's always a difficult place to go to, anyway, and it'll be no less difficult on Saturday. But you know, we look forward to it because we're in good form, and have had a decent start to the season.
You mentioned on Tuesday night there might be a few tired legs out there. Probably no exception to the rule again from Saturday against Hereford, going into Bank Holiday Monday against Kings Lynn at home. But any further update on the likes of Scott Wilson and Cole Hall?
Not really. You know, Willow's having a scan. We need to have a look at the results of that. And Cole's still suffering a little bit with this illness, which is dragging on a little bit. But you know, hopefully, you know, he's turning a corner with that. So you know, like you say, you know, it'll be a few tired legs. We'll have to have a look. Like I said, you know, I feel like we've got the depth in the squad, and that's going to be tested over Saturday and Monday. You know, 2 games in 3 days. They do like to get a lot of games in a very short period of time at the start of the season. Don't really know the reason for that, but you know, it's something that you know that you have to deal with, and we'll have to deal with that. And yeah, look, a big weekend. Even though we've started well, you know, you don't have a great weekend, then the start can look not quite as good. If you have a really good Saturday, Monday, then you are really flying. So a lot to play for all the teams. You know, 5 games in, and give a fair reflection where you're at.